This is the No Bull Sessions podcast, hosted by Richard Bull. Feel the music and enjoy discussions about some of the greatest songs of our time. Just music, no bull.
Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of the No Bull Sessions podcast. So, sometimes we talk about the music business, other times we break down amazing songs. Today, we're going to focus on showcasing new, awesome talent and new artists. So this is an indie band from Los Angeles, and her name is Roses and Cigarettes. It's two girls, Jenny and Angela. I love them. I think they're so cool, and I definitely recommend, if you guys are local, go out and watch them. See them live because they're really, really amazing live. If you're not, you can see them on YouTube. You can see them all over social media. If you're a guitar lover, check out Angela's Instagram. Also, totally amazing. Listen, by the end of the show, you'll probably fall for these girls, and it'll be all about roses and cigarettes. I'm telling you, they have a great story. It really makes you think a lot about everything. You know what? You'll find out. Stay connected and check out this awesome podcast. All right, guys, so here we go. We got Jenny and Angela from Roses and Cigarettes on the No Bull Sessions. I'm so honored, so happy to have you guys here. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we are excited to be here.
You guys are making it as an indie band in LA from the ground up. Not an easy feat.
We are. We are working hard every day. There's not much sleep happening.
Yeah.
Lots of work.
Yeah.
Good. I want to know what's happening in those non-sleep hours. We're going to definitely talk about that. So let me ask you, now when you guys write songs together, what's your process? Does like Angela come up with a riff, and then Jenny, are you doing the lyrics and the melody? Do you guys come together on everything, or does each one write their own tune and then bring it to the table? How's it work?
This is Angela here. It's very collaborative, and like you said, a lot of times I'll come up with a riff and send it over to Jenny, and other times Jenny will come up with an awesome melody and is like, okay, this is something, we need to work this out.
Yeah, usually the chorus hits me first.
She's a chorus gal.
I'm usually a chorus gal, and the chorus will hit me first, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm singing. What chords am I singing? And then she'll play out kind of what I'm doing on the guitar, and then we write from there. Or she'll send me something pretty and I'll put lyrics and melody to it and be like, okay, now we gotta and then once we get some lyrics and a melody, we're like, okay, now we gotta get to a chorus, and then we kind of write those ones together.
I'm wondering, as you're saying that, is there like a song that you guys wrote and you're like, oh man, I love this song, it's amazing, but then nobody likes?
Jenny, do you want to answer that one?
Oh my God, I don't know if there's necessarily one that we've written that I feel that way about. I do feel like, it's funny because I do feel like the most popular song that we have had so far is Whiskey Down. But I don't feel like it's the best song we've ever written. But I think it's the most kind of fun and relatable and sticky one that people kind of, go for first. And
a fun party song. Everybody likes a good fun party song.
Yeah, that's a drinking song.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I love it. No, I mean, and you guys, let's see. I mean, I like a lot of your songs. So I like Whiskey Down, Feel the Fire, great melody there. Really cool. Sweet Summer Nights. Wow. What a nice song that is. It's perfect for right now.
Thank you. That's actually written about my hometown on Cape Cod that we're going to be in 2 weeks touring. Yeah.
That's right. You guys are doing Boston. How cool is that? That's amazing.
We love playing there. We're always everyone is always so welcoming of us whenever we go to Boston, and it's another kind of hometown show.
Yeah.
And Jenny's got a ton of family there and friends and stuff. And I mean, definitely when we play Sweet Summer Nights, it's all about that part of town. It's cool. It's cool. It's a fun, nostalgic one to play. So.
Wow, that's cool. And then Laurel Canyon just really strikes a chord with me.
Thank you.
It feels like there's a lot going on in that song, and like the emotion just comes right through. And I'm just thinking, okay, this is real. Like this is really good. Like it really gets to me. So I'm just thinking like that Laurel Canyon, that and let me interpret it, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, but that feeling of like, shit, do I just give up? You know, like this is hard. Like everybody comes to LA and LA spits them out and you're like, no, I'm staying and I'm going to make it. And that's what you guys are doing right now. There must have been something where you guys hit the wall or something happened. You're like, you know what? Forget it. I mean, it could be like a breakup. It could be like, you know, music industry, whatever. I want to hear the dirt on that.
Yeah, a good story.
So this, I wrote that one. It was the first song that was ever sort of that I really completed, and first one that was written for the album. I hadn't even met Angela yet. And as a singer and as a vocalist, I was struggling with where to begin. And, you know, I was trying to teach myself guitar, and I had a connection from a friend of mine who worked at Universal Republic, and he got me scheduled auditions at The Voice, so I didn't have to do the whole cattle call thing. And he was like, oh, you're a shoo-in, like no problem. And I went twice to audition for that show and got rejected both times. And the casting people were like, you're adorable, your voice is great, song's great. Yeah, but it's a no. And I was like, okay, like, and I went with the guy who's our producer now. And we went and had a couple margaritas afterwards and was sitting at his piano. And I asked him simply for a direction. I was like, hey, can I get on the 101 closer than Laurel Canyon, or is that? And he was like, nah, you got to go all the way to Laurel Canyon. You know, like, how to get there. And I was like, yeah, I lived off of Laurel Canyon when I first moved here. And he's like, you did? And I was like, yeah, I was a Valley girl. And I turned around to his piano, and I just hit something on the piano. I do not know how to play piano. I just hit something on the piano that sounded like a pretty chord, and I just said, move to Laurel Canyon. And our producer looked at me, and I just hit it again, and I was like, to chase a dream. And he was like, get out of the way. And he just moved out of the way, pushed me out of the way. And he barely knows, he's a bass player. He barely knows how to play piano. And the piano's like half out of tune. And he just started playing a bunch of music, and I just recorded it as a video on my phone. And he was like, think you got something there, Ernie. He calls me Ernie. Think you got something there. And I was like, I think so too. And I just was frustrated. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know. I felt like I couldn't ever get off the ground. And I wrote a song about it. And the bridge I actually wrote on a flight from LA to Boston. And it was during a period of time where, you know, there were a lot of thoughts about moving home. But clearly in the writing of that song, I found my way out of the mess of the stuck position that I was in.
I know what it's like, right? You're there, you know, everybody does, right? Everybody has their moment, you know, and it's amazing that through the song, you found the answer, and this is great.
Yeah. The song about giving up was actually the song that helped me move forward.
The Voice is a TV show, not a music show.
Exactly.
So
they're casting a television show. They're not casting who's the best musician.
Nope. Who has the best story? I mean, that's, yep. And who's the most unique. Hey guys, you know, since we're on this vibe, do you mind playing a little song or a piece of a song for us?
Oh my gosh, yes. Richard, what would you like to hear?
I'm thinking, since it's summer, I don't know. Feel the Fire, Sweet Summer, or Whiskey Down? You guys tell us what you want to present to our listeners.
To our listeners? Well, let's do Feel the Fire.
All right.
Yeah, since we're working on the new stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Give us a piece of that. Thanks.
Here we go. This is Feel the Fire.
There was something in your eyes tonight when you looked my way. I know that fear is strong, but you keep hanging on to my every word. That's why I wrote this song. We're Boy, I feel the fire and I can't wait any longer. See it in your eyes and I can see it's getting stronger. Don't go tired, don't let go. We keep the fire burning and knowing I can see the fire in your eyes.
Woo! Nice, guys. Right on. No, it's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with everybody. So you guys, you got a sense, man. This is Roses and Cigarettes. You got to check them out. They play out in LA all the time. So do your thing.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So let me just go there. And then, I want to talk about the live shows real quick. So you guys basically have like a residency in Harvelle's almost. You're in Hotel Cafe all the time.
We love
Harvelle's, yes.
we love Harvelle's. Gosh, we go there a couple times a year.
Yeah, several times a year. It used to be like 3 to 4. I think this year we haven't done it as much, but every time we play there, we're planning the next show.
Yeah, and it's so much fun, and just the crowd there is always great, and it's just such a fun spot, and it's it's a great way to spend a Friday night too.
Yeah, at Harvelle's and at the Mint. Those are our 2 real home venues in Los Angeles. And, the bookers at both locations are incredibly kind to us and really support us in our careers. So we're very thankful to both of those venues.
Well, those are nice venues, but I want to hear about those nasty, nasty venues that you've had to play at. Because you get the good and you get the bad. Tell me about the nastiest one.
Oh my God. Okay, this was a good one.
This is a really funny story. I guess we won't name the venue.
Yeah, well, so we were on tour, and we were going up the West Coast like 2 years ago, and we were booking in Solvang. We were near Solvang, and we were trying to find something close to Solvang to, kind of spend a day there. So we're having lunch, and we're like, I wonder where this place is. And we're driving around. We're in this tiny town called Lompoc, and we were like, oh, this is kind of not what we expected, but that's cool.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah. And then we drove by the venue, and I just was like, oh, there it is. I think we might be killed tonight, but that's fine.
And it was so we were really nervous because we were playing there late, and it was a town we'd never been in before, and we ended up having the absolute best time.
It was the most random crowd we have ever played to.
And everyone was so nice, and we just had so much fun.
But I think we ended up playing, we were like, this is not going to go well for us.
Yeah.
But I think we ended up playing a bunch of 90s covers.
We played some Alanis.
Yeah, we ended up playing Alanis, and we played Stone Temple Pilots, and
I think some Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I think people were they were like, who are these girls? And then we're like, yeah, we can get down with them. And I think that was our scariest, oh my God.
Are we going to come back from this gig? Are we going to be on milk cartons after this?
Yeah, there's always surprises. There's always crazy things that happen at gigs, or there's even embarrassing things, right? Just you guys have seen This Is Spinal Tap, of course, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, we can love that movie. You guys should watch it together, because that's a band thing to watch.
It's so funny. I love it. I quote it all the time. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's
because
amazing.
it's so true. There's so much stuff in that movie that happens, And just
Absolutely.
we go to Norm's Rare Guitars a lot. We're friends with everyone there, and Norm was the one who, gave a lot of the guitars for the movie.
Oh, really? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a little Stonehenge in the store.
That's the best. I love that part.
Oh my God, just the best. Stonehenge. It's great.
Yeah, and then when they're in the cocoon and they can't come out.
Yeah. We'll watch it.
I gotta watch
it.
Hey guys, I wanted to jump in here and give you all a little bit of context to Norman's Rare Guitars. That place is a freaking institution. It's like a paradise of guitars and amazing instruments. and the biggest guitar players and musicians and superstars in the world go and pay homage to this store. I mean, I can't say enough about it. You should follow them on Instagram, and their YouTube channel is really cool. And I think it's really an honor to be considered like one of the artists that gets to be showcased by Norms. So check it out. I'm adding some YouTube links to this podcast, and you can check out some of those performances. But I want to give you a little taste of each one. The first is a cover of a song called Home by Mark Broussard.
Guitar packed in the trunk, somewhere around my mark of 112. Papa started humming the funk. I got a Jones in my bones before they know we were playing this melody. Stopped the car, pulled out the guitar. Halfway to New Orleans, I said, "Take me home."
And the next song is Gold Dust Woman by Fleetwood Mac.
Rock on, gold dust woman, take your silver spoon and dig your grave.
All right, let's get back to the interview. So do you guys have any moments like that that's happened to you on stage? Or anything like that?
God, I want to say when we were in Nashville at
Oh my
Kimbrough's.
God.
Okay, it was like one thing after another. We go to play at Kimbrough's. We had done their Tuesday,
Singer-songwriter night.
which was so much fun. We had a great time, and they're like, "Hey, if you girls are available on Saturday, we'd love to have you guys back." And it's like, "Yes, of course." And Franklin is what, about 30 miles south
It's
of
like,
Nashville?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes from Nashville, and this venue, Kimbrough's, is like this kind of legendary little venue, and it's like their version of the Bluebird. And so we go and we play Tuesday. They invite us back to play Saturday. We're just doing like a 45-minute acoustic set. And the sound guy is so nice. He sets us up. We're going. And then the sound just, everything starts falling apart. Like the sound's going in and out.
You know, we're getting
Like-
feedback. I pop a string on my
Pop
guitar.
string. And then the music just completely goes out. And we're on stage mid-song. So we just kind of like just keep singing. We just kind of come together and keep like away from the microphones and keep going. Like the string popped. The sound was going in and out. Like it was like whatever. I was waiting for like
Yeah.
just the speaker to explode. But
You know, and we were just rolling with the punches, and everyone like really had a great time though.
Yeah,
It ended up being
we're
great,
good.
but it was just
Oh,
one
good.
after another. We're like, oh my God, like really?
I mean, we've had some serious technical difficulties at Hotel Cafe. Your entire
Yeah.
electric,
Oh,
your
my God,
pedal board
yeah.
would not work at all. And we had to do the whole show acoustic
Yep.
with the full band, but you were just acoustic.
I was electrocuted at my gig on Sunday. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, wow. Too much beer on the floor or what?
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Totally. So just like I went to unplug and I was like, oh my God, did I just get electrocuted? Like felt it up my entire arm. I'm like, oh, this is what that feels like.
You're like, now I'm an even more rockin' guitar player.
Totally right.
That's cool. That's awesome, guys. Actually, talking about guitars real quick. I know you play a lot of Fenders.
You've like done videos for them.
Oh yeah. I did
Never know.
their California series.
Oh, really? Yeah, those guitars are really
Look
pretty.
me up and talking about their guitars and their three models. Yeah. Just Angela Petrilli Fender. You can see it. You can see the video. It was awesome. We filmed it up in I think it was Echo Park, in this really cool mid-century modern house, and just talked about their new guitars. I mean, like, it was awesome. It was super fun.
That Fender video that she mentions, I added that to the show notes. It's so professionally done. I just can't even believe it. It's really cool. She's such a pro. What are your steps as far as publishing deals, label deals? Because you're very good writers. You're obviously amazing artists and musicians.
We have some contacts with placements,
Yes.
music placements. Nothing is in place as of yet. The first album, I know we got some feedback that it was a little harder to place because it had more of an Americana feel that wasn't sort of fully country.
And it wasn't fully rock or blues.
Right. I think this next album we're gonna have more luck with some placements. We've already talked to some people and they've heard what we're working on as far as some of the new songs, and they're looking forward to hearing the album. So,
just looking to get these songs in film and TV and commercials and all that good stuff, because
heard by more.
Yes, and we have stories to tell and music to share. So we're looking forward to getting our music out to the masses in any ways we can. So
that's awesome. So, hey guys, just for everybody listening on the music business side, so you know what Jenny and Angela are talking about. So to get a song placed on TV or film, that's called the synchronization. So it's a sync deal. When you get a sync deal, it's kind of like a one-time fee. So you don't get this. It's a buyout. So the good thing is you get to meet the money immediately, versus royalties where sometimes you have to wait for like the pipeline to come through a 6-month or 1-year cycle till you start seeing the money, but it's continuous. So both are great. Obviously having a sync deal is incredible. That's just, great funding. Typically an artist gets a sync deal like that and they just put that investment back into their careers, into their concert shows, their stage presence, their videos, whatever.
Exactly. That is a big thing is I think people don't realize how much, the money we make always goes straight back into the band. Travel expenses and more recording and gear and all the things that we need to make this happen as independent artists. And I think people don't realize that when you're an independent artist, it's a lot, and it's a business. It's a functioning business.
And we're thankful. We did a Kickstarter campaign for our second album, and it has really allowed us to make the album that we wanted to, and to really take the time and to really look at all the details and listen to everything. And we're just so thankful for that as well, because it would have taken us much longer to get this album done had it not been for Kickstarter. We heard one of our songs just yesterday, and just right out of the studio, we're just really, really excited in the direction it's going. And it sounds like us, and that's what's most important to us, is that it sounds like us, and this is our voice and this is our story. So it's pretty great. It's exciting. That's
cool. Well, what direction do you say it's going in, or, compared to the previous? I know you have the acoustic sessions and the previous studio album.
I think this album, while it still has its Americana influences for sure, that is where we sit. I think it has a little bit more rock and roll, and I think the first album was thematically a lot about broken hearts and trying to find my way as an artist. I think this one is a lot more, I think having breast cancer and being on this battle has changed a perspective. And while there are still songs about bad boyfriends, because they are always good inspiration for songwriting, I think there's a different depth to some of these songs. And I think Angela and I, the more we grow and play together, the more we flow and really write together in a way that really kind of connects much easier than before. Now it's like second nature.
I want to just touch on if you don't mind, Jenny, on the breast cancer, because from what I understand, you guys finished your studio album, you're super pumped, you have a whole tour booked, you're ready to go, and then...
Bam. Yep. About 2 months after the release of the album, it was like 2 weeks after the release of the album, I felt a lump in my breast and spent the next 6 weeks doing all the preliminary sort of things. They make you wait, they make you have a breast exam and then wait and then have another one. And then, and we had just released that album and we were so ready to launch ourselves and just work really hard. And we got handed, something and that we had to deal with. And I was lucky enough to have a bandmate and partner in this who was willing to take on the bulk of the work to keep us afloat and help me and help us and to continue to believe in this band. It would have been very easy for Angela to walk away and find another band to play in. But she chose to stay, and we chose to keep pushing forward. The minute I was done with chemo, we did like an 8 or 10 gig run around LA, sort of just kind of relaunching ourselves. And then that next summer, we got handed another bag of crap. And I was diagnosed stage 4, which meant it's metastatic, it's spread, and they consider it permanent and terminal. And at that point, Angela really could have walked away, and I think I even told her to, and she didn't. And we continued doing what we do and writing more music and playing gigs and songs like we're really proud of our first single. It's going to be called Fast As I Can, and it's about the story, and it's about not giving up. And you know, that theme of Fast As I Can kind of came because I felt like I was running against the clock, and that if I was going to die and breast cancer was going to take me down, there were things I wanted to do, i.e. playing South by Southwest, which we did 2 times now, and Nashville, which we got to do, and playing in a big theater in Austin, which was amazing. And I felt like I just had to make these things happen. So I was going to make them happen as quickly as I could because I didn't know what sort of time I had. And it's funny, it made us slow down, but it also made us more efficient in the way we worked. And, you know, it's still a struggle. It's still a battle. Last week, I started chemo on Thursday, and we had a gig Friday. And I didn't know how I was going to feel, but it was great. And I rested a lot over the weekend to make sure I recovered from it. And so for me, it's just a balance and making this band a priority.
Well, I mean, now you have an incredible story for The Voice.
Yeah. Now I would get on.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to make light, but
no, that's hilarious.
That was like the perfect response.
Literally, because we talk about that all the time.
But no, Jenny, I'm so glad that you have that attitude. And Angela, I mean, really, that's loyalty, and that's really being a bandmate, and you guys coming together and being a team. And it's just something, as you guys know, it's so rare in this business, that word loyalty. And
Yep.
Kudos to both of you.
Thank you.
All right, well, listen, we're gonna have No Bull Sessions audience. we're gonna have an amazing time at the next Harvell show. It's gonna be incredible.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, from there we'll do, the Microsoft, and then we'll do Staples, and then
Yeah, exactly.
we'll do Madison Square Garden. But
Just sign us up, Richard. Sign us up.
We are in.
let's make it happen for sure. Yeah, the union fees at Madison Square Garden are tough. So that venue, by the way, like whenever we do those kind of shows, it's really more for the image of the act, because at the end of the day, of course, you make money, but you really don't make that much because the venue fees and the union fees are so extensive. It's just more of a publicity show per se.
Yeah. Like I played Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, which is good. It's not a problem.
Right, exactly. I'll take it.
Exactly. Me too. That's good, because I wanted to ask you now, Angela, about social media, the power of social media, how you guys harness it, what's come out of it. And after that, if you can give some tips to new artists that are starting in the business, and what should they be doing? What should they be learning from you that you can help them out with, since you guys have done so well?
We both Jenny and I are sticklers when it comes to hashtags and thinking of them as mini search engines, because that's what they are. So we play the song by Mark Broussard called Home, and we posted it on our Instagram page, and did the hashtag Mark Broussard Home, all that good stuff, using hashtags of where we are from and all of that, indie band, Americana. and we get a message from this gentleman who's a fan of Mark Broussard's and who has booked him at shows and is like, listen, I am doing a private event in Austin and saw you guys because of that Mark Broussard cover that you did and would love to have you guys come down to Austin and play at my event. And of course, a reason to go down to Austin for South by Southwest. And we did that, and we trace it back to a hashtag that we used on a video. So then, taking it a step further, we did the show. We had an amazing time in Austin. Not only do we meet all of these amazing people and musicians in Austin who welcomed us with open arms, we just had an absolutely wonderful trip. And, the same guys goes, listen, I want to book Mark Broussard for this, charity event that we're doing in December and would love to have you guys open. And that happened. And we got to play at the Paramount Theater in Austin. This was all traced back from hashtags and the use pushing yourself through social media. And that's what we do. And that's just one story.
Yeah. It's sort of boundless. And Angela, particularly with her Instagram, she doesn't like to talk about it, so I have to. It opened a lot of doors because she has so many followers, and she simply started that she actually started that when I got sick as something just positive to do for herself with music. And it's opened a lot of doors for us. As much as we don't want to use them, and so many people fight it, and so many people say like, oh, it's about the music and people should just like my music. Like, that's great, but they can't love it unless they find it.
Yes.
And and people have so much information thrown in their faces every day, and it is unrelenting. You talk about something now and there's an ad for it on your phone 20 minutes later. Like, it isn't, everybody's trying to throw hyper marketing and marketing in your face. And so the only way to try and make your little seed grow into a big, tall tree is to market it. And the way that you can do it for free is using hashtags and using social media.
And being consistent. And that's what we do. And that is our business plan. And, and that is something that's very important to us. And like, listen, it takes time away from us writing music. But you know what? But we prioritize our time, and we got to make the time, because this, really being an indie musician, you got to get up and do social media and promote yourself.
Talking about fans, I got a strange question for you. What's the weirdest or like strangest kind of gift that you've received from a fan?
Do we have another hour on the podcast?
Oh God.
Listen, anybody who takes their time to send us something, it is genuinely appreciated.
Yes.
But there have been a few things that have maybe crossed some lines, some videos being sent to one of us that was like a love video.
That was a lot scary.
One of us receiving text messages from someone who like recognized, like, wait a minute, that was a picture, and wait a minute, it was someone who was messaging us on Facebook, and you go and you see if the person's kind of, you see what their deal is, and like recognizing the picture from Facebook that then showed up in a text message on a phone, like things like that. You're like, oh, people are finding my number, and I don't know why. So that kind of stuff can be a little invasive, especially because we don't feel like we are famous in any way, shape, or form. Like, we're not. We're just musicians. Indie band. We're this little indie band that's trying to make it, So, but nothing too creepy yet.
Nothing too creepy yet. We're still here. We're not on milk carton.
Yeah. Oh, they could be something funny too. It doesn't have to be creepy. You guys decided to go there.
What was funny? Oh, we were at a gig in San Luis Obispo. Remember, we got those notes in our tip jar.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yes, we've been asked out with notes and tip jars.
And they snuck into that bar. Those boys weren't 21. I can tell you that right now. They snuck into that bar, and you boys, if you're listening, should be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, you girls are very young, but you're getting ready to be cougars, I guess.
Yeah. Cougars in training.
That's right.
Here's a ready. Let's do this.
Cool. All right, guys. We are now getting to everybody's favorite part on the podcast. Are you ready?
Bring it.
It's the 6 questions on the house.
Ooh.
I love
Here
it.
we go.
Okay. Yes.
All right, for each one of you, Jenny,
Okay.
Angela,
Okay.
who was your first concert?
This is Jenny here, and that would be Backstreet Boys.
Here's
I did not expect that.
my first concert. So this is Angela. Was Incubus 2002 Morning View tour at the Forum.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wish you were here, right?
Hell yeah. God,
Got it.
I would kill to see that concert again. Oh, it was so good.
And let me clarify, like, the Backstreet Boy thing, that was one of their first shows. I was living in Orlando, and my friend's dad was friends with Lou Pearlman and all those guys. So we, like, met in sync before they came out. We were very involved in seeing them very early. So I defended myself.
Hey, you got the Lou Pearlman connection. That's good.
Right?
Florida girl. And also Boston and LA. Good.
Oh, don't talk about Florida as much, but you pulled it out of me.
All right, cool. Another question here. What's your favorite song, or like the song that's had the most impact on your life?
Ooh.
My goodness.
Oh, it's hard.
That is such a hard one because I have so many for so many different reasons. But one of my favorite songs ever written, we are actually covering on our sophomore album, Bye Bye Blackbird. It's one of my favorite songs ever written.
I would say mine is the Rain song by Led Zeppelin.
Oof.
Yeah. Makes me cry every time. Third verse always gets me. I love that song.
Oh, I'm going to have to look up what the lyrics are for the third
Oh,
verse.
it's good. Gets you right in the gut. It's great.
Well, I like the combination of those two. I think that really says a lot about you guys and your style and the way those two come together. They're both amazing songs, but they're still really different. So they blend very well together.
Yeah, thank you.
That's cool. Anyways, here we go.
Okay.
Your biggest music industry mistake so far?
Ooh. Wow. I'm going to go with auditioning for The Voice.
No, but you got a great song out of it. What are you talking about?
That's true. Maybe not a mistake so far. I would say the biggest industry mistake that I have made so far was trusting and giving money to somebody who did a lot of talking and didn't do a lot of action. And I should have put a stop to it earlier.
Oh, that was going to be mine.
Okay, guys, there you go. All those of you that are listening that you have people coming up to you, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Vet them out. See what they've done. See who their other clients are. Talk to their other clients. Get a feel for it. And then commit.
I think you just tell people you need to see tangible results before they get tangible cash.
Hey, that sounds fair. Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Exactly. That person is not going to make your career happen. You will make your career happen.
That's right. They're going to help guide and help,
Right.
bring other people to the team. But ultimately, a manager, a publicist, PR, they have multiple clients. So if you fail, that's okay. They got somebody else. But you, as an artist, it's all you. All right, here's another just question. Who are you listening to right now that's new, up and coming, that you guys are really into, that you want to recommend to some of our audience?
I'm going to say Eric Tesmer out of Austin, Texas, you guys.
Yeah.
Man, that guy can play a guitar.
Yes. Seriously, check
him out.
Eric Tesmer. He is amazing. Another band that we love is Robert John and the Wreck. They are in Orange County, and they're just great, man. We always say they're kind of like a modern day Allman Brothers.
Ooh.
They're great.
Their music is great. We met up with them in Austin, got to play some shows with them, or film some videos with them, play some music. They're a great band.
All right, we'll put some links to those bands at the bottom of the podcast so you can check them out also. But of course, first you got to check out Roses and Cigarettes. Here's a question for you guys. The most embarrassing or funniest moment of your career?
Ooh, most embarrassing or funniest moment. At my birthday show last year, my outfit completely broke. And thank God I had like buttons. We had done we had just done a fundraiser for me, and I still had some of the like F cancer buttons in my bag, and we're about to go on stage. We're opening for the Dust Bowl revival. It's my birthday, and my top just was like, it was not willing to participate in the part. And we like had to go over to the merch, and I got out like this big button that said F cancer and like pinned my top together. It looked idiotic, but I got through the gig and I didn't flash everybody. So
the Hotel Cafe gig still haunts me.
Yeah.
Where the pedal board just wouldn't work. That still haunts me. I still get a little PTSD anytime we do a full band show, and I like triple check that everything's working.
Yeah.
That was not fun. I still
that was like we were on stage, first time playing the main stage at the Hotel Cafe. It's like a busy night and we can't get the sound to work.
Thinking about it, my stomach is just a knots.
Oh God, I can only imagine. Can you guys, if you don't mind, give some of the listeners and who are not, from LA a little context of the significance and what is Hotel Cafe?
Oh God,
and the people who have played there and all that.
We saw John Mayer play there with an acoustic guitar. He'll go and just show up and play. Dawes
and
goes there.
Yeah, and it wasn't just John Mayer. It was John Mayer and Dave Chappelle. Like, it was a John Mayer show, and then John Mayer's show. Dave Chappelle showed up, and that was like the beginning. That was like a full year. It was right after the first of the year, so it was like a full year before they did their show at the Forum last year for New Year's. So it was like them kind of working out how they were doing a double show. And people like that, and Dawes the band, Anderson East was playing there before he got a little bigger. People,
Ray LaMontagne, Chris Cornell.
Yeah, these people will just show up sometimes on random nights and play a set. Like, it is an institution in Los Angeles.
And if you are ever in LA and have a night, go see live music there. Go pay your $10
to see anybody.
And go see some live music there. It's killer. It's a great place. Go.
And if you're in Santa Monica, go to Harvell's, because these girls will probably be there too.
Go to the Mint too. All of these places are incredibly historic. The Mint has been there since like 1937, and just, everybody, Bonnie Raitt, Jackson Browne, like Billy Bob. We opened up for Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters there. Just great venues. Go and support local music.
Since you guys are doing it all, I don't know if you have an answer to this question, but what are your non-music hobbies? Surprise us with something.
Well, I teach yoga, and I actually just taught a yoga class this afternoon. I like to do yoga. I like to teach yoga, and I really like to. I read a lot.
This is Angela here. I love to draw. I did art before I even picked up a guitar when I was a kid. I love to draw. I love photography. I'm another big avid reader. Love to read. Just an artsy kind of gal. Any way I can create, I do.
Oh, you guys are much smarter than I am. That's good. Cool. So let me. That's the 6 questions. I just want to ask you something else, because when you guys were talking about Kickstarter.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with Patreon?
Yes. We've got one.
Do you want to tell us about that and what are the different levels? And because I think that's a really great way for a lot of people that love your music and really believe in you guys in an indie band that's already making it and wants to see you guys continue to make it and go to the next level. And I think it's a really good way to have people contribute to this.
Definitely. So Patreon for us has, it's been a pretty good outlet to post our videos, post behind the scenes footage. We are going to be using it. We had a decent amount of videos this spring and have taken a tiny bit of a break from it, but we are going to actually be launching a short documentary, quick documentary videos about the making of this album, leading up to this album. A friend of ours has been shooting footage and posting onto Patreon. People can go on and they can donate $1 and get access to footage and behind the scenes videos and music being made that they're not going to get anywhere else. We do live streams exclusively through it sometimes. And it's a great way that if you don't live in Los Angeles, that you can pretty much be at a concert and pay and support a band, because you're not going to come pay your $10 at the door to see us play. Well, you could pay $10 for every time that we go live and you get a concert and you get to request songs from us. It really has, it's really another just great way to have people contribute and pay for the art that's being made. I mean, people pay for their television and they pay for that big art that is being made on a grand scale. So it's trying to get people to come and pay for that art that's made on a smaller scale.
So Jenny and Angela, Roses and Cigarettes, beautiful band, awesome. Can you take us out with one, maybe even parts of two songs? I'd love to hear some Whiskey Down, some Sweet Summer Nights. Up to you guys. I think it's a good thing to showcase to everybody here.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Right.
We'll do a little Sweet Summer Nights into Whiskey Down.
I like it.
All right.
Sitting on a beach all day long. Not a chance we were moving till the summer turned to fall. Dancing with the devil, singing to the music. Every time I hear those old songs, I can't help but sing along. All I know is that we live for those sweet summer nights, riding with our friends who don't, everything felt right. All I know is that we live for those sweet summer nights. All I know, sweet summer nights.
That's sweet, man. That's so great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, here's a little Whiskey Down for you.
Woke up on Tuesday, you were gone. Santa put cubs on, still hanging on. Didn't know just what to do, 'cause every little thought in my head was about you. Got out of bed, looked in the mirror, had this vision that couldn't have been clearer. So I called up my best girl, said, what'll it be? This is the last time he's ever gonna leave me, yeah. She said, girl, I'll make it on the double, 'cause I can see you're ready for trouble. Tonight's the night I'm going out, street till dawn. Me and Jack Daniels are gonna push the limits between right and wrong. This bottle of booze never lets me down the way you do. So I take another shot of whiskey down, one for me, one for you.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you guys hear that awesome guitar riff, and here's the thing. Because it's just a quick acoustic performance, you're not able to hear Angela's solo guitaring. And which is awesome. So when you guys hear them on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, everywhere, then you'll check it out, and it's awesome. And we'll have some links to their album and their acoustic sessions here on this podcast, so you'll be able to check it out there. Angela, Jenny, Roses and Cigarettes, people want to know more about you. Where can they find you? Where do they find out more about you guys?
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Roses and Cigarettes Band.
On Twitter, Roses Cigarette. They just gave us one.
And on YouTube at Roses and Cigarettes.
And on our website, rosesandcigarettes.com.
There we go. Okay, you guys can't get it wrong. Come on, Roses and Cigarettes. All right, awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. That concludes the podcast.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you so much for having us. This has been a blast.
Guys, thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate your time. You guys are incredible, and we want to see more of Roses and Cigarettes. We want to see you guys at the MSG. Let's go to the Garden.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
We're going to get there one day.
Let's get there soon. Now.
Oh, yeah.
And
thank you.
Fast as we can.
Richard, you're doing good things. So thank you for what you're doing for us indie musicians, and just we appreciate it. So thank you.
This has been the No Bull Sessions podcast, hosted by Richard Bull, found on Instagram at Richard Bull Toro. Make sure to comment on this podcast or leave us a voice note to be featured on future podcasts. We'll see you next time on the No Bull Sessions podcast. Just music, no bull.